Vande Vrindavanacharam Vallavijana Vallabham Jayanti Sambhavam Dhama Vaijayanti Vibhushanam Devastuti Nadakkarthillaya. Yeah. Okay. So we started off with the Devanam Stutihi from the 42nd where they said Puraskritya Jagadhatrim Manasopi Purassaraha Dugdodidishayam Devam Durametya Abhitushtubuhu Devahatu Durameva Duram Gatva Duram Kshirabdhi Tataparyantam Gatva Tadanantaram Stotram Akurvanniti. What is the process? What are the stotras that they did? Saying a stotra is very common in many Puranas also. So it's a very, it's found in even Kalidasa's kavyas. Generally, it will give a nice filler kind of thing, but it is also, it gives the greatness of the person that we are talking about. This is a lead up to what sort of a person Vishnu is and how his avatara is a Purna avatara. This gives a great idea about that also. So the first shloka in this stotram was Trivedi Madhyadiptaya Tridhamne Panchahetaye Varadaya Namastubhyam Bahyantara Havirbhuje. Started off with calling him as Varada here, Varam Dadati iti. Yaha Moksha Paryantam Varam Datum Shakyate Yena. This is something he has to take an avatara and destroy the evil, that's all, right? So, which is probably an easier matter than giving moksha, because moksha requires a lot of looking into karma and samskara and all that. Here, he just has to look at that person, okay, mark him as evil, and that's it. Right? So, the varam that they are asking is to remove the bharam or reduce the weight of Devi here, Bhuma Devi here. The next shloka in that Devastuti, Ananyadhina Mahima Swadhina Paravaibhavaha Dayadhina Viharaha Tvam Pranatan Paripahi Naha. Tvam Ananyadhina Mahima Swadhina Paravaibhavaha Dayadhina Viharaha. So these are the three adjectives which now they give to Vishnu here. Tvam, hey Vishnu, Tvam Dayadhina Mahima, Ananyadhina Mahima, Swa Adhina Paravaibhavaha, and Daya Adhina Viharaha. Each one is an adjective that is given with a purpose here. So Anya Adhina Mahima Yaha Nasti. So one whose Mahima or greatness does not depend on another person, which is his Shakti is within his grasp. So Anya Adhina Mahima na Ananya Adhina Mahima yasya. Swa Adhina Paravaibhavaha. Paravaibhavaha. The greatness of others is also within his grasp. Not only does he not have to depend on another person, that is, he is the ultimate Shakti. Sarva Shaktiman Saha Anya Adhinaha Nasti. Kintu sarve anye cha tasya adhine vartante iti. Swa adhina paravaibhavaha. Paresham aishwaryam tu, the greatness of others lies in the fact that Vishnu rules over them. So swa adhina paravaibhavaha. Dayadhina viharaha. Every one of his leela has the base in daya or compassion. There is no nirgrinyam here. Nirgrinata or cruelty is not present in Bhagavan's Leela. Every one of his vihara, Leela, Krida, every one of that is based on Daya. Just check if he gives all those. Sabhipraya Visheshana. We can go over that. Usually, there is no. Can there be someone above him? Etad apekshaya utkrishtah kopi vartate vanava. If you talk about that, then no, there is no one beyond him. Ananya adhina mahima. He is great because of his own greatness. He doesn't have to depend on somebody else for his greatness. That is the first adjective. The reason for the second adjective, there may not be anyone above him, but there may be others equal to him. Idhula Lalita Sasnamatla Samana Adhikavarjita அப்படின்னு இருக்கு. Samana Adhikavarjita. न केवलम अधिक वर्जिता किंतु समान वर्जिता अपि. sa. There is no one equal nor above him. First of all, there is nobody equal to him. Then only can you talk about someone above. Anala samanadhika varjita iti devyaha tatra nama. Atrapi swa adhina paravaibhavaha. So if you are thinking about someone who is equal to him, there are so many devatas. Probably one of them is equal to him. No. They all have to depend on him for their greatness, which means he is the ultimate here. So adhina paravaibhava. Now, if someone is given so much of authority, then there is a possibility that he can இந்த என்ன சொல்ல தாந்தோணித்தனமா நடந்துக்கிறது அப்படின்னு இருக்குல்ல, அந்த மாதிரி நடந்துட்டா, if he is a person who just takes the rule in his hand, takes the justice system in his hand and starts working, then what will happen? ஒரு நியமமே இல்லாத போயிடும் இல்லையா? There is no rule which governs him. Then what is the rule that governs him? Daya. He is forever thinking about the prani or jantus, the living beings in this world, with compassion. So every one of his action is based on compassion. So there is no possibility of nirdayatvam there. So he wards off all these three shanka using these three adjectives here. Okay, I'm not sure if he has mentioned it in the Vyakyanam. So we'll go over the Vyakyanam. Someone, Haridas, ni padikrela mudiyuma?
Sure, madam. Sure.
Yeah.
Ananya anvayah va?
பிரதிபதார்த்தத்திலிருந்து ஆரம்பிக்கலாம். சிம்பிள் அன்வயம் ஒன்றும் பெரிய இதுல. மறந்து போயிட்டேனா, துவம் பிரணதானு நஹா பரிபாஹி. அது ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா இருக்கிறதுனால I just spent time on the three adjectives. Go over. Yeah.
अनन्याधीन महिमा इति प्रथम एकवचनम् अनन्याधीन महिमन् शब्दः. अनन्याधीन महिमा नाम स्वाधीन शक्तिः, नाम तस्य शक्तिः स्वाधीने एव वर्तते. So
his power lies within himself.
Yeah, his power is dependent only on himself. So it's bahuvrihi, right? Swadhina shakti.
Both are bahuvrihi.
Both are bahuvrihis. Swadhina paravaibhavah. Once again, a bahuvrihi here. Swadhinam nama swayattam. Swadhina means dependent on himself. Paresham nama brahmadinam, others, meaning Brahma and the other gods, etc. Vaibhavam, the glory of the other gods is dependent on him, on Vishnu himself. Aishwaryadikam yasya, that's the bahuvrihi. That kind of Vishnu, tadrishaha. Dayadhina viharaha. One whose vihara, meaning vyapara, is dayadhina, is based upon karuna or compassion, kripa. Daya nimittakah. So it is his
the reason for any form or vyapara. Nimittam is reason.
Okay. His vyapara is due to the reason of daya. And what do we mean by this? What kind of vyapara? Ravana vadhadi rupa vyapara. So vyapara like killing Ravana, etc. The main instigation for that is karuna on all those people who are being trampled by all these adharmic people like Ravana, etc. Once that's one more bahuvrihi. Tadrishaha tvam. So all of these were in Prathama Ekvachanam. Ananya, Adhina, Mahima, Swadhina, Paravaibhavaha, and Dayadhina Viharaha are all adjectives for tvam. Tadrishaha tvam. That kind of you. Naha paripahi. Protect us. What kind of us? Pranatan naha. So pranataha. What's the pratipadikam here?
Pranataha eva. Kta pratyaya. Nata liya.
Nata.
Namati.
Namda to bow down, nata the ones who have bowed down. So we the ones who have bowed down, please protect us who have bowed down to you. Paripahi nama pariraksha. Bhavaha.
Yeah, naha is in?
Naha is dvitiya bahuvachanam.
Yeah, so asman naha. So paripahi is also is in?
Manav naha, right? Oh yeah.
எனக்கு அப்படி வராது. Full சப்தத்தோட சொல்லு.
Okay. So basically the alternate form for the asmad shabda in dvitiya goes like aham avam mam avam asman in dvitiya.
So mamma avam no asman.
Mamma avam avam now asman naha. So the short form. So the Adinaha. Paripahi is Lot Lakara, Madhyama Purusha Ekavachanam.
Okay.
For the Padatu, Paripahi. Sabhavaha. Hey Bhagavan, O Lord, Tava Shakti Swatantra. Your power is independent of someone, of anything or anyone else. Na anyadhina. It is not dependent on anyone else. Anyesham Brahmadinam Shakti tu Tadadhina. The Shakti of the other gods like Brahma, etc., Anyesham, Brahmadina, of those other gods, is on the contrary to Twadadhina, dependent on you. Kincha, moreover, yato bhavan dayaluhu, ata eva ravanadin hatavan asti. Moreover, because you are a very compassionate person, therefore you killed people like Ravana. Atah bhavad bhaktan asman tvam raksha. Therefore, because you are Dayalu, please protect your devotees, your devotees.
So
Us, your.
these three adjectives are also very relevant to the situation here. One is, we have come to you because you don't need to depend on anybody else and you are the supreme. Why didn't you go to other gods? They could have also solved this problem. No, their Aishwaryam also depends on you. So what would you do if I, not take care of this problem and say, it's your problem. Why are you come to me? It's a you problem. If he just steps back and says, na, dayadhina viharaha.
Yeah. That's a very, very beautiful way of saying it. And all the actions of Ishvara are dependent on Daya rather than like Katora Tapas. Katora Tapas may get you Shiva, but it won't get you Vishnu.
We will have a loophole at some point there. Because he is the current president, prime minister, whatever, current ruler. Sthiti karana saha iti karana. He will take care of the thing.
Yeah. So Visheshaha. So some special verse.
This rule is about adhi. Okay. Instead of making adhina, he takes on adhi as saptami shaundaihi, using that sutra as a saptami tatpurusha, where he says anyasmin adhi anyadhihi iti. I usually tell everybody at this stage to just discount this entire section. But we can go into that.
But the usual derivation is not like that. The usual derivation is not like that in anything.
The next one is anyasmin adhinaha anyadhinaha na anyadhinaha ityadiva.
That is the usual derivation. And now, but here, Kaumudi Karaman, who's the translator here? Who's the commentator? Apay Dikshitar is giving a novel breakdown for.
So, anyasmin swamini adhi iti vigrahe saptami shaundaihi iti samasaha. So if you go to saptami shaunda, there is a gana there, right? Shaundadibihi saha saptamyantam saha samasyate iti. So in that list of words you have shaunda, durta. 1 minute, let me just share that, and then so that we can just go over that quickly once. So saptami shaundaihi, saptamyantam shaundadibihi. If you look at the words that can connect with that, you have shaunda, dhurta, kitava, vyada, pravina. இங்க இருக்கு adhi iti. Okay. அதுக்கப்புறம் for this adhi, this is the sutram that applies here. So
Rajadhina tathava kava
kha pratyayaha bhavati. So kha is substituted by ina, ayanena. Yeah. Because of that you get ina. Appo adhina. This you can supply any word here in the Saptami Vibhakti.
Right.
He has used that here for all of the words, mainly anyadhina, swadhina, and dayadhina. For all three, he uses this.
Osminadi swadhi, dayayamadi dayadhi. So he uses in the Okay, fine.
That's all.
Atra visheshanani sabhiprayani. So the visheshanas have are deliberate. They have a intent behind them. Yato bhavan dayavan atah rakshanayachanam yuktam. Therefore, because he's going to ask for rakshana, he has to describe the Lord as a person who has that nature. Therefore, the adjective the poet uses is dayaluhu. And then appropriately he says, now please protect. So that is Abhip. So this would be the another Ankurava, another
Parikaralam.
Parikara. Okay.
Tvam ityeva tatra visheshya rupam. Other three are all visheshanas. If the visheshanas are sabhiprayam, with an abhipraya, with an opinion in mind, then it is called Parikaralankara.
तथैव तव अनन्याधीनशक्तिकत्वात् अन्येषां भवदधीनशक्तिकत्वात् च त्वमेव साक्षात् अस्माभिः प्रार्थनीयः इति. ओके फाइन्. अलङ्कारः विशेषणानां साभिप्रायत्वात् परिकरालङ्कारः.
अनन्याधि
अत्र दयाधीन viharatvam அப்படி இருக்குல்ல, தயாதீன iti, because already Ravana and all, before itself he had the compassion. That's why the Ravana, Kalni, all those people were born in this janma as Ravana and all. So 3 janmas they had to take and they become like that before they can get back to Vaikuntham.
Okay.
So this daya is for all the people who are suffering the atrocities, or is the vadam is due to the daya on Ravana himself? Or Ravana
both.
or Kamsa or whatever.
Both. I would take it as both. But if you look at Bhagavatam premise, the premise there is, at least according to Sridhara Swami's Vyakhyana, when he says just as how Bhagavan has this sisriksha, he has this rashnu ichha asti sattapotapyata bahusyam prajaye yeti. He thought he has to have so many people. He didn't want to be alone in this world. So he had this ichha to create. In the same way, probably Yuyutsa Asit. He probably had an ichha to fight one day. For that, he had to create a proper opponent for himself. Now, this entire thing has become one Leela because he had this Yuyutsa. He wanted to fight with someone. He can fight with someone only if they are equal to him. There is nobody equal to him other than himself. Like an Ananya Alankara, he is equal to himself there. So, himself means he can only choose people who have become him. That is Sarupyam or Samipyam, Sayujyam, that sort of a state, whoever has attained, and those who have attained that Rupam of Bhagavan himself can be treated as his equal. So these two Dwarapalakas, when you see the description in Bhagavatam, it says they look exactly like Vishnu. The only probably one difference is their eyes were a little reddish and they were a little arrogant when they dealt with the Sanat Kumaradi, the 4 Sanat Kumaras. So only someone equal to him or someone who is himself can be a worthy opponent. That is why he chose to bring about this entire story of Shapam, etc., and brought them down, it seems.
That's why maybe they were letting grow strong also, so until then, instead of killing them in the beginning itself.
Yeah, so they had so much of hatred. That is, it is the flip side of a coin. On one side, one side of the coin is love, the other side is hate. And the madri, as they put in that entire, prema bhavam that they had towards Bhagavan, completely with the same intensity they had to hate him also, to fight him. You cannot be in one vacillating mode to fight him, right? So you have to hate. That is called dveshya bhakti. Cannot be possible by everybody. You have to hate Bhagavan so much so that you're consumed by that completely, that thought, and then you attain moksha. That dveshya bhakti was attained only by very few people. Which are these
hatred.
In Narada Bhakti Sutra, this is one of the modes of bhakti. Okay. So Ananyadhina Mahima, Swadhina Paravai Bhavaha, Dayadhina Viharastvam, Pranatan naha paripahi, pranatan paripahi naha. Sabhavan gunaratnaugaihi dipyamano dayam buddhihi tanoti vyuha vibhavaihi tarangairiva tandavam. Saha bhavan tandavam tanoti. You are doing a natanam here, like Shiva. So you are doing a tandavam, that is abhinaya. Tanoti ityukte, you are expanding and showing yourself in different kinds of avatars. Vyuha vibhavaihi. Vyuha here is, there are 4 Vyuha avatars for Vishnu, which are Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Aniruddha and Pradyumna. These are the 4 Vyuha avatars. Vyuha usually means contingent and so. You know, in an army, when you say Vyuha, it is like a contingent. That is, each section of an army is as powerful as the other section. So here also, as powerful Vasudeva is, the same power Sankarshana also has, the same power Pradyumna has, the same power Aniruddha has. All 4 are called Vyuhavataras of Bhagavan. Right? With your 4 Vyuha avatars, Vyuha vibhavaihi, these are like waves. First, let's finish the Upameya part. That is what we have to describe, and then go on to the Upamana part. Guna Ratna Oghaihi, you have a lot of gunas, very great qualities like Sarvajñatvam, Sarvashaktimatvam, Balam, Aishwaryam. There are so many Ananta Kalyana Guna Paripurnaha Saha Vasudevaha iti, Vishnuhu iti. So he has innumerable qualities which are auspicious also. So Guna, those qualities are like Ratna, they are like gems, and Ogha or Kuttam, Samuha, groups of Ratna, groups of gems which are present in you. You are shining because of those qualities in you. So Ananta Kalyana Guna Yuktaha Saha iti karanat Dipyamanaha Vartate Vishnuhu. Dayam Buddhihi, you are also like an ocean of compassion. And Vyuha Vibhavaihi, with your different forms, Tandavam Tanoti, you are expanding a dance or an abhinayam in this world. You are putting up a play in this world with all your different amshas, with all your different avatars. This is like comparing it to an ocean. Daya Ambudhihi. So an ocean which is filled with the Daya as water. You are like an ocean wherein you have Daya as your water. Ocean is like a body of water, right? So in the same way, Bhagavan is filled with compassion. So he is a Daya Ambudhi. Just as how there are so many different gems inside the ocean, the same way, and it is very resplendent because of that. Actually, if you have seen the ocean bed videos or photos and all, it's very luminescent actually. It's, as you go further down, it is probably dark, yes, but when you come to a middle layer, it is filled with very bright and shining stuff there. Here also he compares all the gunas. Those gunas all come to the fore because he has taken an Ishvara avatara. When he is a Parabrahma Swarupam, there is no Jnana Swarupaha Saha iti Tadeva. When do we experience his Shaurya adi guna? Only when he brings on the avataram of Vasudeva or Krishna or Aniruddha, Pradyumna, etc. Only when he brings on that Ishvara avataram, we find that he has so many qualities that make him shine like the ocean. So Gunaratna Oghaihi Dipyamanaha Dayambudihi. What are these different avatars? It is like the waves that come in an ocean. The waves are no different from the ocean itself. If you see the waves, look, you name it differently because there is a form to it other than the still ocean. But the wave is nothing but the ocean itself. Taranga deha, athava budbudaha, if you find foam or bubbles or waves, all of these are just different forms of the same ocean. The same way here also, Bhagavan's different 4 avatars, Vyuha avatars, are nothing but the same Vishnu himself. So these four avatars are like the waves of the ocean. So tarangaihi iva vyuha vibhavaihi. Now with these things shining forth because of your gunas, you create a huge, like a canvas in this world. Abhinayam karoshi, tandavam tanoti.
And it's amazing picturization because Vishnu actually is in the ocean. So now I made an ocean within the ocean, and the ocean does have jewels, and the ocean does have waves. Now you're Vishnu as an ocean with waves and jewels within an ocean that has waves and jewels. So it's it's like it's what is the word for it? Like a jewel where you have a 3D effect. Yeah, it's amazing.
என்ன அழகா சொல்லியிருக்கார்.
And also these four things are there, vyuham. So the wave can, repeatedly, like a cyclic manner, keep on coming one after another.
Okay. You can take those vyuha and vibhava. You can take it separately also. So vyuhas are the vyuha avatara. Vibhava are the other avatars, amsha avatars. Right? So he splits it as that also. Yeah. Pratipadartha. Padikrila.
Yeah, okay. Pratipadartha. Gunaratnaugaihi. गुणाः ज्ञानशक्ति बलैश्वर्यादयः एव रत्नानि तेषाम् ओघैः नाम समूहैः.
So that gunaratna becomes a rupakam here. Eva ratnani.
Rupaka samasa, right? Gunaha eva ratnam iti. Rupaka samasa. And then tesham, so that then you have shashti tatpurusha with that. Tesham ogaihi. So oga means wave. Ogha.
Ogha is samuha.
Yeah, samuha. Ogha is samuha. Okay. Ogha is samuha. And ratna plus ogha, you have that au coming in with sandhi. Ratna ogha. And then tritiya bahuvachanam. Guna ratnaugaihi. By means of those some oghas which are actually the ratnas, which are actually the gunas.
Yeah.
So deepyamana, for that, by that you are shining. Deepyamana. We got a present participle going on here. Shanach. Deepyamana. Is it? Yeah, deepyamana. Dayam buddhi.
Deepyate iti atmanepadi. Tasmat
Shanach. Second I'm thinking passive, but it's not. Okay, it's okay. Dayam buddhi. So he is an ambudhi. He is an ocean made of daya. Dayayaha nama kripayaha ambudhihi. Ambudhihi is basically ambu meaning water. Dihi means holder. A water holder, really an ocean. And so that's how you get the word dayam buddhihi. So that's an adjective to Vishnu now.
Yes.
So ambudhihi. Ambudhi meaning ashraya. That is the tatparya of the word here. Ashraya. The abode of kripa. The real abode of kripa. Saha bhavan. Tadrishahat bhavan. Tadrishatvam. That kind of you, yuha vibhavaihi, by means of yuhas, vyuhaihi nama, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha Rupaihi, the four vyuhas of Vishnu, forms of Vishnu. And don't they correspond to the waking state, the dream
Jagrat
state?
Swapna Sushupti Turiyama.
Somewhere I've heard a comparison.
Think so.
Yeah.
Probably Aniruddha, Jagrat, Pradyumna, Swapna, and then Sankarshana is Sushupti, Vasudeva is Turiya.
Yeah.
Oh, எனக்கு அது என்ன தெரியல. Okay.
Vedanta okay. Vibhavaihi nama Ramadhyavatāraihi. So Vibhavas, the glories. So I mean, those are actually Rama, etc. The avatars of Vishnu. Tarangaihi. Those Vibhavas are the Tarangaihi Iva, he is saying. Here he is saying Upamas.
Upama.
Is it a samasa? No, it is not. Is it? No, Vibhavaihi.
No, Tarangaihi Iva Tandavam Mityavasti.
The word Iva is separately right there. So it's really it's an Upama. It's explicitly an Upama. He's got the Iva Shabdas over there. So those Vibhavas of Vishnu, the glories of Vishnu or the avatars of Vishnu are like waves. And that's because he's already described Vishnu as an ambudhi, as an ocean. So it goes very well with that. Tata bhutaihi urmibhihi iva. Wave, urmi again wave. Tandavam nama natanam or abhinayam tanoti. You conduct an abhinaya, a play, using these avataras.
Bhava.
Bhavah. Yatha samudraha vividhaihi tarangaihi tandavam acharati. Just like how the ocean conducts a play with using by means of many waves. Charati. Evam, like that, bhavanapi ज्ञानशक्त्यादि कल्याणगुणैः दीप्यमानः व्यूहविभवावतारैः अभिनयमाचरति. Just like that, you also do an abhinaya, a play, by means of these various avatars, which are shining, each avatara shining with beautiful gunas. So, Visheshaha, daya eva ambu dhiyate anena. Dhiyate meaning is held.
Held, yes.
Held, passive. The kripa, compassion is the water that is held by this dayambuddhi, by this person. Therefore, he is called a dayambuddhi. Alankara, gunaratna iti, dayambu iti cha, upamanopameyayoho abhedaropat. So there is a non-difference or a superimposition between the upamana and the upameya, between that which you're comparing to and the thing that is being compared. What is it? The guna is the ratna. Daya is the ambu. So, abheda between the two. Tasya prakritopayogitvāt.
Parinamalankaraha.
Prakritopayogitvāt nama kim?
So, it is an extension of Rupakalankara. We have read this Parinamalankara before, right? So, it is an extension of the Rupakalankara. So, you have Guna Ratnam. Why do we have to say that Gunaha eva Ratnani or Daya eva Ambu iti? Tatra Prakrita Upayogi bhavati. Prakritam tu atra Tandava Vistaraha.
Tandava Vistara. Prakritam. Is that the Prakritam? Tandava Vistara?
Yes. Yes. So, how do you Gunam tu tatra Tandavam na karishyati? You will have to make it into a water and then into a samudram, and then the samudram does this tandava.
And then guna. Oh, so guna. Okay, the guna ratnas are in the samudra.
Or actually, it's the other way around. The samudram does not do a tandavam, but you have to make the samudram. You are doing this aropa so that you can make it into kriya upayogitva.
Okay, the kriya that's being mentioned here is the tandavam.
Yes.
So you got to link it to a body of water. How do you link daya to a body of water, where you get a tandavam in? And so you go to daya. How do you? So and then that.
It's actually Viṣṇu who is doing the tandavam, but then he says it's the Ambudhi which is doing the tandavam. So you need that Ambudhi eva, Viṣṇu eva Ambudhi, Ambudhi rupena parinamya tatra tandavam karoti iti.
So when you do the rupakam or the upama with the purpose of linking it to the kriya, then it's parinama.
Yes.
Okay. So it's also
and the Gunaratnauga is like the light effect.
Light effect for the dance, like
okay, but it's actually kind of similar to the previous thing where we said it's sabhipraya. Here also it's kind of sabhipraya, but you choose to give a different name because you're linking it to the kriya.
Linking to the kriya, there is no idilla. All of these are not, there is no rupakam involved in this. Daya adhina vibhavaha or daya adhina vyaparaha. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, so it's good. Yeah, but I guess, beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. And then vyuha
vibhavaihi tarangaihi iva. Iti upamalankaraha. That's straightforward. Tenacha ambudhi sadrishyam vyangyam. Iti alankaradhvanihi.
Because he says daya eva ambu dhiyate anena iti. He doesn't make it into ambudhihi. Daya eva ambudhihi iti na uktam. Yeah.
Yeah. But in any case, like I think my original impression of the shloka where you're saying Vishnu is a ocean within the ocean. And that is
Yeah.
the Alankara Dwani is that. You've always suggesting that Vishnu is like an ocean,
Correct.
right? So that's really the Alankara Dwani he's pointing out. But he has to grammatically justify it, and therefore he's doing Daya eva ambudhiyate, etc.
Yeah.
दयालोः तव भक्तरक्षणाय अवतारपरिग्रहः स्वाभाविकः. So the taking of an avatara parigraha is natural for the protection of the bhakta because you are a dayalu. Iti idanim api bhavata bhumau avataraniyam iti vastu vyajyate. Therefore, the suggestion is that the vyangyartha is that vastudhvani
Vastudhvani.
is that even now, just like it is necessary for you to take another avatara right now because this has been your habit. You've done this before, so this is also time has come again for you to do it, and this is your nature. Therefore, he is hinting at it.
Then it's also continuing from the earlier shloka where he said that dayadhina viharaha. So the moment he said vihara, he has to say what is the kind of vihara that he has done before. So slowly the devas are actually bringing him to the prakritam. Why we have come here.
Yeah.
Adhikaga. We want your avatara right now. That's our purpose. So Bhavan Gunaratnaugaihi Dipyamano Dayam Buddhihi Tanoti Vyuha Vibhavaihi Tarangairiva Tandavam Twadeka Vyanjitai Radau Twadanyeshu Anidam Paraihi Nigamair Anigamyam Tvam Kaf Parichettum Arhati. This is a very common question that they ask. Kaha parichettum arhati? Who can kaha tvam parichettum arhati? Who can adad parichettum na pirittaridallengrol ya? Evam ayam idrashaha iti parichidya avagatya kaha vaktum arhati iti. There is nobody who is fit to properly decide what sort of a person you are. Because adau twadeka vyanjitaihi nigamaihi twad anyeshu anidamparaihi nigamaihi anigamyam. There are too many negatives here in this. So the Vedas have found it difficult to understand you. Nigamyam, nigamanam ityukte conclusion. By the Vedas, nigamaihi anigamyam. The Vedas were unable to conclude properly as to what your nature is. It was very difficult for even the Vedas to talk about you. The Vedas, which were first manifested by you alone, adau twadeka vyanjitaihi. Tvaya eva vyanjitaihi avishkritaihi. These Vedas which have come only from you, and yet they are unable to talk about you completely. They are unable to describe you in entirety. Vacham agocharam. So twadeka vyanjitaihi eva nigamaihi. And then tvad anyeshu anidamparaihi. But when you take the Vedas, the import of the Vedas is pradhana pratipadyaha tu brahmaswarupaha eva iti. The final import of all the Vedas is to talk about the Supreme Brahman, which is you, which is Vishnu here. So even though those Vedas have the final import as you, that is tvad anyeshu anidampara, tvayi idamparaha Vedaha. There are two negatives here, right? These Vedas, idampara ityukte etad vishaya param eva vakti iti. The Vedas are capable of talking only about this person, which is Parabrahma Swarupam. The import of the Vedas is idam. What is that idam? Idam is equal to Brahman. So idam paraha Vedaha. Parantu tvad anyeshu. There is nobody else other than him. But then they're saying if you take Maya, let's say, tvad anyeshu, or the anya, the childra devata eல்லாம் சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, and the small devatas who are there, these Vedas do not have them as the import. They do not want to convey them as the supreme entity, but they only want to convey you as the supreme entity. Narayanaha, Parovedaha, Paroveda, Irkali. There are a lot of Shruti Vakyas that you have where you have Narayana as the final thing. And when they describe Narayana also, they are not talking about the Ishvara Tattvam, but more in the sense of the Parabrahma Tattvam. Naraha iti Jivaha. Jivanam Ayanam. The final destination of all the Jivas is Narayana, which is the Parabrahma Swarupa. Whether you take it in the Vishittadvaita sense of Paravasudeva or Advaita sense of Parabrahma, it's all the same. So the Nigamaha Twadeka Vyanjitaihi. Although in the beginning of the Srishti, these Vedas were brought forth only by you. Yatova Lala Adina Yasya Nishwasitam Vedaha iti. So these came out, or these were manifested only by you. These Vedas do not have show their import towards any other, or show their final import is not towards any other Devata, but only you. Tadrishaihi nigamaihi eva anigamyam tvam. Anigamya is an adjective to tvam here, Viṣṇu. So those Vedas have not been able to conclude and say that, okay, idamitham iti. Devastu evameva, parabrahmastu evameva iti. It has been very difficult for them to, they have not been able to decide. Anigamyam tvam, kaf parichettum arhati, who can decide and talk about it? It is, we have only been talking about the vyuha, avataras and everything. We cannot go into the final import of who you are and understand the tattvam behind you. We can only talk about the avataras. So, we are naturally coming to you only for that. You have to take an avatara and remove the bhumi bhara iti. We cannot try to understand your final tattvam here.
So, kaha parichetum arhati nama kaha idamitham iti vaktum shaknoti.
Exactly.
Okay, so the first is pretty simple, but second one is twadanyeshu anidam parahi. Twadanyeshu, in the matter of others, the Vedas are not idam paraha iti va.
That is, in the matter of others, ityukte matta devateigala paathu ivardan ultimate nu sollala vedangal.
Twadanyeshu idam paraha. Idam
go by this. Okay, nigamaha tu idam paraha. Idam tu kim tatra? Parabrahma.
Parabrahman evam.
So pradhana rupena kim pratipadyate vedaihi? Brahma eva pratipadyate.
Evam.
And that Brahman is you, which means it does not say anything other than you. It does not say na idam paraha. Kutra kidrisha vishayeshu tvad anyeshu. Pratipadartham padi.
Nanidana, okay.
சும்மா இன்னைக்கு உங்ககிட்ட அவ்வளவுதான்.
Adav. So Mahasrishti Adav, in the beginning of the great creation. Twadeka vyanjitaihi. So by you, tvaya eva, avishkritaihi, created or brought up. Avishkaranam means bring up, right?
Manifest.
So Vyanjana. So Vyanjana also means manifesting.
Exactly. Suggesting, manifesting.
Okay, so the Twadeka Vyanjitaihi, so it's in Tritiya there, and that goes with Vedaihi or Nigamaihi. So by those Vedas which were manifested by you only, not by someone else, Twadanyeshu, Bhavad Atirikteshu, in the matter of someone or something apart from you, Twadanyeshu, Anidam Paraihi, by those Vedas who in other matters are not idam paraha, are not intent or are not proclaiming that this is the Parabrahman in all other matters. Only in your matter they say that. Pradhana Pratipadya Tarahitaihi va.
Pratipadyata rahitaihi.
Oh, okay. Pradhana Pratipadyata rahitaihi. See, they are Pradhana Pratipadyata means idam para. tadrahitam nama anidampara. Okay. Okay. Pradhana pratipadyata rahitaihi nigamaihi. By those kind of Vedas, anigamyam etavan iti nishchetum ashakyam. So the gam dhatu is also can be taken in the
Gamanam,
meaning of
understanding.
buddhyartakaha. So ye gatyartakaha te buddhyartakaha. The meaning of understanding as well. So anigamyam, not understandable, and they cannot be understood, or they cannot be put in a box with saying that these are the characteristics only. Abdin Solomon. So etavan iti nishchetum ashakyam. This much only, like that they cannot say. They cannot describe you and put you in a box. Twam, that kind of eta nigamyam, those
Anigamyam tvam, as an adjective to tvam.
Anigamyam tvam, by those Vedas, you who are not able to be understood, that being the situation, kaha, who tvam parichetum arhati, who can really identify you as having only so and so qualities, or what, how do we say this in English?
Etadrisham nischitya vaktum vyatum va kaha arhati. Who can totally
know you or speak
distinguish
about you,
and say that you are this.
that you are like this, that you are like this, and that you are only this. Nobody can do that because you are, okay. So from a Vedanta perspective, of course, you can never become the object of knowledge.
Discern.
Discern, yeah, parichetum. Nobody can discern, but not discern completely, right? That's basically it.
Yeah.
Because you cannot be made the object of knowledge. Okay, bhavaha. Bhagavata abhivyaktaih. By you.
Those which have been manifested by Bhagavan. Yeah.
That's the two different words. Sandhi.
Yeah,
Actually.
two different words.
Bhagavata abhivyaktaih. Kevala Bhagavat Pratipadana Paraihi Vedaihi Eva, by those Vedas who are abhivyakta, who are manifested by you alone, Eva, Bhagavan Yadi Nishchetum Ashakyam, by those very Vedas, if you are unable to be completely described, you're indescribable, even by those Vedas. Anyaihi katham va saha jnatum shakyah syat. Then by others, if Vedas themselves can't describe you completely, how can others describe you or know you completely? Na kenapi bhagavatah iyatta jnatum shakya. So by no one can Bhagavan's limits or characteristics completely be known. Is the bhava, is the matter of topic here. So Visheshaha ekena vyanjitaha ekavyanjitaha tvaya ekavyanjitaha twadekavyanjitaha. Fine. Idam paraha idam
Param mukhyam.
Param meaning mukhyam, pradhanam. Pratipadyatvena esham te idam paraha. So those things which say that this is the main, that is called as a idam paraha or
Idam param yesham te idam paraha. So the meaning of param here is mukhyam or pradhanatvena pratipadyatvena pradhanam iti.
So okay, those who have the quality of saying that idam paraha, this is the best, ultimate, that those things are called the idam paraha, the Veda. Na idam paraha, anidam paraha. Okay, fine.
The Vedas are not capable of saying that this is the mukhyam. Towards other devatas.
Towards other devatas, yeah.
This is very similar to the second shloka. Yad ekaika gunaprante shranta nigamavandinaha. Even for describing one guna, the Vedas have become completely tired. Shrantaha nigamavandinaha varnane tasya yathavad varnane tasya. I don't remember the last line. Mitam
Yatavat varnanedasya kimutanye mitam pachaha.
Mitam pachaha. Kimutanye mitam pachaha. The others are all very the Aravekad.
Madhya, that
Tvadekam.
Vishnu is always Vibhuhu, right? Sarvatra Vyapnoti iti. Then what is this idam paraha, anyeshu na idam paraha? That kind of double negation, is there some kind of special alankara thing going on there? Because Vishnu is
Alankara.
anyway Vibhuhu, and so there is nothing other than him. Everything is him only. So, Tvadanyeshu Anidam Para, is there something special
Adada,
thing
you
going?
are confining it only to this person by saying that he is the only entity in this world and nothing else. See,
That is what is Vibhuhu anyway.
Vibhuன்னு எடுத்துக்கலாம் இல்ல சயேவ he is the ultimate person here ஏக ஏவ பரபிரம்ம இது இல்லையா there is only one person available and these Vedas have to have only that person as their import. They cannot have anything else as their import because there is nothing else other than him
that exists other than him.
Ada.
So there is no alankara like
கந்தவதி பிருத்திவி மாதிரி நீங்க வந்து தர்க்கம் படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? ஓகே, அப்ப கஷ்டம். இந்த இது மாதிரி கந்தவதி பிருத்திவி எடுத்தோம்னா the example for that is gandha is not found in any other object except பிருத்திவி. அந்த மாதிரி. So what is the udaharanam that you can show? You can only say that. So usually if we have to give an udaharanam, he is let's say he is very cool, like what? Cool, like a cucumber appdin solrom illaya, chandraiva saha sheetalaha vartate iti. We have to show that quality as being present in something else for us to compare and show that he is like this object because this object also has that quality, so he also has this quality iti. If you take prithvi, Gandhavati Prithvi. Prithvi has this quality of smell, Gandha. According to Tarka Shastra, Gandha is present only in Prithvi and not in any other Padartha. So if you have to show an Udaharanam, where will you show the Udaharanam? Itareshu na tatha iti. That is the only way you can show.
Correct.
By Vyavartakam. That is, since this Gandha is not present in everything else, so Prithvi is not like anything else, so this Prithvi has Gandha. Andha madri.
And this kind of asking questions like kaha nirnetum arhati, that kind of thing, parichetum arhati, so that means there is nobody can do that, so that's the answer. Is there any kind of any alankara when we do something like that?
Usually onnum kadayadu. Sometimes you can say kimutangardu vera. Ipo and kimutanye mitam pachaha, we had that, right? The same idea, but then he brought in the idea of kimuta anye mitam pachaha iti. So you can take here as arthapatti dane alla and that like kaimuti kanyayena arthapattihi iti. So probably arthapatti rupena we are trying to describe you, but if even the Vedas cannot explain about you or describe you, then who are we? Mere devas iti. So venunna adha vandu eduthukalam oru vyangyama.
Then why didn't they write that alankara as here?
அது வெங்கமா வேணா எடுத்துக்கலாம், பட் இவர் சொல்லலையே, நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம்?
There's not it's not so beautiful.
அதுக்காக if it was vachyam then இன்னும் அழகா இருக்கும். கஹா வயம் or கே வயம் பரிச்சேத்தும் அர்ஹாஹான்ங்கிற மாதிரி if he had said that, then I can say it is an arthapatti alankara in vachyam. வெங்கத்துக்கு அவ்வளவு அழகு இல்ல அந்த இடத்துல. ஓகே. त्वदेकं व्यञ्जितैरादौ त्वदन्येषु अनिदं परैः निगमैरनिगम्यं त्वां कः परिच्छेत्तुम् अर्हति. वन्दे वृन्दावनचरं पल्लवीजनवल्लभं जयन्ती सम्भवं धाम वैजयन्ती विभूषणम्.